hopefully this last run of the day actually goes good. Well, I mean, it's not like I haven't had good runs. I've had decent, good enough runs, but I want this one to go extra good. And hey, it looks like the Chameleos is going to be in the same or no, the Chameleos is in a better spot actually, because there are, what's it called there? There are little wall buddies. So we're gonna quickly speed over here, grab that, go like this. I did not want to hit it. Damn. Alright. Oh. Do this. Okay, that wasn't a clip, that was just a direct hit, which is good. Alright, and here we go, to the Chameleos. Let's go like that. That. And what's this move? Okay. To note. Slam and slam. Alright. Hey. Alright, alright. How many times can I say alright? At some point it'll stop meaning anything. Do this, and then hopefully, nope, that was way off. But luckily I can remedy that with a Soaring Wyvern Blade. Be it barely. Alright, and then we just have to get the mount on Chameleos in this area, so that way we can bonk them into the little buggy boys on the wall. Little glowy boys right there, you see them? Barely make them out. No, dude. I thought I was gonna have that at a better angle, but I did not. That. This. That. Switch charger over here. Ow. Get back out. Quite the scroll that I want to be in, but I can get some good damage with this all the same. I pressed the trigger, but I didn't hold it long enough. Boo. Hate to see it. I hate to see a whiffed counter. I could probably counter that breath too, now that I'm thinking about it. Why I haven't, I do not know. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. I gotta sharpen sometime soon. But before that, I really want to see if I can get the mount. More than anything, the mount would be good, but I didn't get it. Damn. Alright, well at the very least, it's not going to an annoying spot. It going into the cave is fine, because it's only going to be just a short ride back over to that zone.
Let's have some fun! You shouldn't have picked me off!
You're out. It's out. But I gotta do that. And here we go. We aren't gonna worry about those guys, even though they're useful. We're gonna do this. I want to say it does more damage. Not entirely sure. Actually, I wonder, could I have brought it all the way back in there? Probably wouldn't have been worth the awesome, or the damage loss from not bashing it into a wall, but oh well. Something for me to do in my off time as I mess around with hunting Chameleos. Oh, I'm not angry enough to do two little slams. Alright, we'll just make a freeze the SD then. Why not? Where's it going? Is it going... That attack fizzled because it was on a slope? Can it only do that attack on solid ground? That little donut attack? Oh. Wait. Oh, I didn't heal. I just used a max potion. That's not good. Okay, made it. It's not gonna hit me. Okay, good. Third angle? Take it. Yeah, there. Okay, barely made it. I was like, ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna hit that in time, but I got the counter, so it's all good. This head, hooray. Oh, and I didn't get clipped out. Also, I really gotta stop fighting this thing in this tiny little corridor. Literally anywhere else would be fantastic, but here I am. Oh, it got paralyzed. Wow, that's good. So let's just wail on it. Uh-oh. Alright. 6:33! That's way better than the time that I got earlier. Hooray! That's actually really good. Also surprised that it happened in the jungle. I thought I was gonna get a good time in, what's it called? In the Flooded Forest. But hooray. I feel like I could get a good lower minute time then if I just, you know, made less mistakes. But this isn't going fastest, it's going fast-ish. So, I'm perfectly happy with a 6:33 on Chameleos. There's no more shinies for me to get. So just gonna waste time by just jumping all over the place with wire bugs and running up walls and whatnot. Because even if I just had to, you know, wait out the clock, as always. Alright. Look at all that loot. And the final time is 6:33:85. Really good time. That's a real good time right there. Hey there, and thanks for watching this episode of Going Fastish, the series where I do solo freestyle monster hunts, somewhat fast, or at least fast from a casual perspective. If you liked what you saw, remember to like, sub, bell. If all you want is the build, then here it is on screen, and I'll see you next time on Going Fastish. If you want a build rundown, then here you go. This build stems from a basic template I made early on in Sunbreak, with the goal being to have a well-rounded armor set that works with many switch axes to handle anything in the early game. It has a balanced set of skills, and reaches 100% affinity based on the weapon used, weakness exploit, and the Rousing Roar Palico buff. For this version of the build, I am using the Violet Mizu switch axe, which has been augmented to have an upgraded rampage slot and bonus fire damage. In its many slots, I put in a Satiated Jewel, 2 Expert Jewels to reach 20% affinity, and an Anti-Aerial Jewel for extra damage against Elder Dragons. If you don't have the Violet Mizu switch axe, a good replacement is the base Espinas switch axe, Rosenprion, which has an Element File, a level 2 Rampage slot, and 20% affinity without doing any augments. You can also get it much sooner than the Violet Mizu switch axe. For the helmet, a familiar piece returns in the form of the Almudron Helm X, which has been augmented to have Spirebird's Call and bonus defense. Ideally, this piece would have an extra level 1 slot and some other useful skills augmented onto it, but that's going to have to wait for when I revisit this build later. In the level 2 slots, I slotted in Critical Jewels for a bit of extra damage on crits. For the chest piece, I am using the Alloy Mail X, which is an early Master Rank equipment that has some crazy good armor skills on it, which gives it some staying power for early endgame builds. I've augmented it to have bonus defense, as well as an extra point of speed sharpening, which maxes out that skill. In the level 3 slot, I have put in a hard blaze jewel to boost my elemental damage output on my weapon. For the arms, I am using the Velociprey braces, which have been augmented to have a 411 slot loadout and a point of evade extender. This is perhaps the first good augment in this build so far, especially compared with the previous two pieces. All those slots, I've put in an Enhancer Jewel 4 and 2 Wind Res Jewels. The Wind Res Jewels are there because I got Windproof as an augment on another armor piece, and I don't like it when there are random skills with a single point on my builds. That being said, it's a pretty nice comfy skill to have, so I don't mind spending the slots on it. In the waist slot, yet another familiar piece returns in the form of the Anjanath Coil X, which has been augmented to have a 421 slot loadout. In Rise, there are a lot of good skills that are vying for that level 2 slot, so having an extra one gives this piece some really good flexibility. In all of these slots, I have put in a Hard Steadfast Jewel to negate stuns, a Blaze 2 Jewel for more elemental damage output, and a Satiated Jewel because I felt that free meal would be a good addition to the build, especially for early endgame Sunbreak. For the legs, I am using the Death Stench Heal X because it has a large variety of skills and all of them are useful for switch axes, and this build. I've augmented these to have 1 point of windproof and critical boost, which maxes out both of those skills. And in its slots, I've put in an Attack Jewel 2 and a Satiated Jewel to help max out both of those skills as well. For the Petal Ace, I am using the Underworld Petal Ace because I don't think they release new ones, and if they have, then I haven't gotten them because I am a dummy. And lastly, the Talisman, which has some real, your pre-raid best in slot trinket, is from the last expansion energy. If you know, you know. Anyways, it's a Weakness Exploit 2, Attack Boost 1, 300 slot talisman that I got sometime before Sunbreak. In the level 3 slot, I've put in a Tenderizer Jewel 2 to max out Weakness Exploit. I tried using other talismans I made during Sunbreak, but often I would find that the talismans wouldn't work with the available armor at the time. Perhaps when I revisit this build, I'll actually use a talisman that I got during Sunbreak. Alright, that's it for the build rundown. Certainly this build isn't 100% perfect, but perfect is the enemy of good enough, and good enough is perfectly fine for going fastish. Well, at least until I revisit this build sometime later on. I hope I was able to convey enough relevant information to you because Qurious Crafting adds quite a bit more stuff to every piece of armor. But I also wanted this rundown to be done in a reasonable amount of time, so hopefully I've managed to do that. And with that comes the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching through to the end. Remember to like, sub, bell, and I will see you next time on Going Fastish. Goodbye.